Hi. So today's video is one of the ones in the series of the tips and tricks videos, which I'm now making. So they're shorter videos and they're basically very practical tips for when you're working and you're on a non-stop schedule and you just want little ideas that can help you have smoother days and better energy days, so that you can create more of what you want in an enjoyable way, in a healthy way, in a way that feels good to you and to those around you. So today's tip is for those moments where you find yourself at loggerheads in a conversation. So you're having a conversation with someone and it's just not going the way you want it to go. So it could be anything. You could be booking a ticket, you could be talking to your kid, you could be talking to your team member, your partner, at any point. It happens all the time. We get into conversations that sometimes don't go the way we have in mind, and what happens then is that the energy goes off, and then the conversation goes even worse, and then you finish the conversation, you feel lousy, not only about the conversation but about what you said, and then you've like spiraled yourself into a whole other place where you begin to feel guilty, and then there's all this other stuff that comes in, and the energy goes lower and lower, and there's judgment and all this stuff, and it just so this is how to get yourself out of that space. So you catch it. You catch the moment where the conversation has hit that point where it's like ego to ego. And the problem with ego to ego is that ego is all about blame. It's essentially about blaming someone. It's about blaming the other person. It's about blaming the situation. It's about blaming yourself. Ego works on blame, 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 blame. So ego to ego is just not going to work because there's going to be blame involved and the conversation is going to go nowhere. So what you do is you hand the conversation over. So as a lot of you know, my work is all about shifting from fear to love. Essentially, we do that all day long through our thoughts, our decisions, everything that's happening in our world. And we keep we keep making the choice to go back to love. So what we do at that moment is we choose again. And here, the way you do it is you catch it. So you take a deep breath in. So you've acknowledged it to yourself. This is not going in the right direction and I'm not going to get very far if I continue like this. And what you do at that point is you hand it over. So essentially what you're saying is you're saying life over to you. So you're saying that silently. You're not saying it out loud. You're just saying it to yourself. You take a deep breath and you're like, life over to you. And when you give the conversation back to life, because life works on love. Love is what creates the miracles. Love is what heals. Love is what brings us back to our right mind. Love is what reminds us who we are. Love is where we get to create things. The universe does not support manipulation and ego, and all that just doesn't work with it. But it rewards love, and then love creates the miracles. So A Course in Miracles teaches that. It teaches that love creates miracles. So when you catch it not going where you want it to go, you take a deep breath in and you hand it over to life. And that's all you have to do. And you will watch the conversation completely shift. It's like a miracle. It works like a miracle. And what will happen at that point is that the energy will change. You wouldn't have done anything about it except hand it back over. So you've essentially taken your ego out of it and you said, life over to you. And at that point, the energy will shift. So you will find a resolution that feels good to both of you. And you'll actually walk away feeling quite good about what's happened. And this way of doing it allows us to never have the sort of regret of what if, and I could have, and I would have, and I should have, and none of that, because you've handed it over. So you know that what happened at that point was exactly how it was supposed to come out. And the result is always a win-win, so that you feel good and the other person feels good. And that's where we want to strive in our dealings, in our transactions, in our communication. We want it to be a win-win. So it's a very, very effective, it's very results driven. So give it a try. I know it sounds a little bit, woo, sort of hand it over to life, but you know what? We've got to take on all of this. We have to be open-minded and open-hearted. And I remember Tony Robbins saying, one of my early sort of stages of discovering him, he said the difference between successful people and not is that successful people are willing to try everything and anything. And so I know this works, and it works over and over again. It works with me, and it works with the people I advise to try it. So try it out and share with me your results. I know this community is not the big sort of sharers on blogs and stuff, but I'd love to hear some of your success stories. And if it works, and or when it works, when you try it and it works, if you find this helpful, I would be super grateful if you share it with other people who are also going through these kind of stressful conversations, and who can also benefit from this. And that way, I'll be sure that my videos are reaching who they need to reach and helping all those they can help. So I wish you a wonderful day, and enjoy. Bye.